Kyle Busch has been NASCAR's big villain since about 2008. How did he inherit that role? Well, when you wreck the most popular driver, it's pretty easy to become public enemy number one. As a junior fan, I disliked Kyle for a while and then eventually got over it. There's the 2011 incident with Ryan Hornaday when he wrecked him under caution, and to make this situation even worse, this incident ruined Ryan Hornaday's chances at a championship. Yeah, this was by far the most classiest thing that Kyle Busch has ever done. By the way, this happened in a series that he doesn't even run full time in. Speaking of the lower series, Kyle Busch runs in the Xfinity Series and Truck Series a lot and wins a lot. And this makes people go absolutely insane. And yeah, even though I also don't like Cup drivers running in the lower series, I can't have a hatred for them because of that. That's just me though. Finally, there's Kyle Busch's personality.
So I don't know what y'all are whining about, but if you don't like that kind of racing, don't even watch. Everything's great. Looking forward to getting back to the racetrack and getting into my race car.
Are you okay with Joey moving forward?
Everything's great. Really looking forward to getting into my race car and getting back here at Phoenix.
And obviously not festivities in a victory sense for Kyle Busch, but Kyle, how do you feel about the way you were penalized for what happened out there? Not a word from him.
He drills my ass coming out of 4 for no reason. I mean, where was he going? What was he going to do? Spin me out? He was trying to do a Harvick is what he was trying to do. For what? For second place? To do what? He wasn't going to transfer through with that. I should beat the shit out of him right now is what I should do, but that doesn't do me any good either.
Yep, Kyle Busch is a sarcastic, outspoken, high-headed driver, and it rubs people the wrong way. I absolutely love it. I don't even think Kyle Busch is an actual asshole. Early in his career, yeah, but he eventually changed and he's being more of a troll if anything. He's playing a character and it works because he can easily get underneath a lot of people's skin. It amazes me how people still get angry at him for his personality when really he comes off funny as hell. He gives us meme material every year and I'm sure that he's aware of that. He does such a great job of playing this character and I hope he never changes. So Kyle has a long history of getting booed, but I think that's about to change starting in 2023. First of all, Kyle Busch ain't winning that much these days. Kyle has only won 4 races in the past 3 years, and how he got most of these wins is him getting lucky for the most part. Kyle is usually accustomed to getting 4 to 8 wins a year, and he's done that throughout most of his career until recently. We've seen guys in this sport, hell, sports in general, dominate so much to the point to where they start to get hated. It happened to Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon, 2 guys that wasn't controversial drivers, but they won so much that people started to hate them. But when they started to fall off and not win as much, people started to cheer them. By the end of their careers, they were getting some of the loudest cheers. It's weird, but that's just how fans are. With Kyle Busch, I think the same thing will happen. Jeff Gordon had a resurgence from about 2011 to 2014, and every time he won, he was showered with cheers. And with Kyle Busch, I'm predicting a career resurgence for him. When he wins races going forward, he probably won't be showered with boos. I also think him leaving Toyota will lead to him becoming more popular because, well, Toyota is by far the most hated manufacturer in NASCAR. If you disagree with that, then you've been living under a rock. Ever heard the phrase, those goddamn cheating Toyotas? And then it's a theory that's been going around for years that Toyota is the reason why NASCAR started cutting horsepower. A lot of fans feel like they don't belong in the sport because it's a Japanese brand, even though most Toyota vehicles are assembled in the US, so yeah. Seems like when you drive a Toyota in NASCAR, you're not going to be very well liked for the most part. Kyle Busch is going to Chevy, and Chevy is one of the most popular manufacturers in NASCAR. And believe it or not, you got quite a bit of fans that will start rooting for a driver when they switch to their favorite manufacturer. When the news broke that Kyle Busch was going to RCR, there was people that actually said I could start rooting for Kyle now that he's no longer driving a Toyota. Now let's talk about Kyle's current attitude. So it's pretty obvious that Kyle Busch has calmed down as of recent. Moments where you think he's going to lash out in an interview, he actually doesn't and gives off a, I guess you could say, proper interview. He's not storming away, he's not cursing, he's not being sarcastic, he's just giving a proper interview. And even though I don't like it, a lot of people do. And if he continues to do so, it'll make people like him. But man, do y'all really want that? You got fans that always complain about drivers nowadays lacking in personality, but those who do show it, they get heavily criticized and hated. Meanwhile, some of the most bland drivers are the most popular ones. So which is it? What do y'all want? But yeah, if Kyle Busch continues these proper interviews, it'll go a long way in his popularity. It'll kind of be like the transition his brother Kurt Busch went through. I don't think it'll be that drastic though. I think Kyle will still give us some gems, but you won't have moments like this no more.
What was your thought about Keselowski's little pre-race declaration?
Who?
Brad Keselowski?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. He drives the number 12 car.
I saw it, but I passed it.
Finally, Kyle Busch simply got done dirty by JGR and Toyota, and fans recognized that. They claimed they couldn't find a sponsor for Kyle, but that's cap. They didn't put no effort into it at all because Joe saw an opportunity to put his grandson into the 18 car once Mars announced that they were leaving Joe Gibbs Racing and NASCAR altogether. Even though Kyle Busch is a polarizing character, people recognize how talented he is, and for a two-time champion with 60 career wins to get kicked out just for the owner grandson to take his ride is pretty messed up. JGR isn't even giving Kyle good cars anymore. He's pretty much driving R&D cars. Just look at how he ran at the Fall Martinsville race not that long ago. This dude went 4 laps down on pure pace. Even people that don't like Kyle Busch feel bad for him. So to wrap this up, I know most people won't agree with this, and there's a chance this video can age badly and I end up being wrong. And if so, I'll take the L, but you factor in all the reasons I listed in this video and it has to at least make you think, you know what, it can definitely happen. I just can't see Kyle Busch going the rest of his career being booed. I think people will come around eventually and start to appreciate him just like Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, and Jimmy Johnson to name a few. What's the classic saying? You never know what you got until it's gone. I think a lot of people are going to realize that about Kyle Busch, especially as he gets older. He's a few years away from 40 and he has more races behind him than in front of him, and every fan knows that. If Kyle starts to get cheered, I wonder how he'll feel about it. Will he like it? I'm not sure. We're just gonna have to wait and find out. So let me know if you guys agree. Do you guys think Kyle Busch is going to start getting cheered in the future? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and roll up out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.